Well, we've been doing a little research on some parts that we were installing here, and I found someone on the internet that's wrong.
We're going to have to get it right, or Mr. Flibble's going to be very cross.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Let's go build something cool. Today we are working on our Bronco project for the Bronco camper. If you haven't checked that out, check out our other videos. We'll put a link in the description. That said, Trevor was installing the new Borgeson steering shaft for precise steering feel, more precise steering feel. And I walked in from running an errand, actually going to pick up U-bolts for it, and found him watching this video from Stevie at Minute Masters. And Stevie talks about the length and how the shaft is already too long. Well, the reason it's too long is because if you have a body lift, you may need some additional range in the motion. So one of the things that you need to do, and this is common with steering shafts, is they need to be modified in order to fit your application. Not abnormal at all. One thing that he does not cover in his video is you do have to have enough collapse to be able to do you some good in an accident. Now, in his video, he only cuts down about 1 inch and re-drills the through hole here. The problem with only cutting that much is it gives you enough, you know, 1 inch or so to put the shaft on, because at full compression, it's almost short enough to put the shaft on. So you do have to cut something in a stock application. But what he does not talk about is you have to have that. See how tight this is? It's great.
Oh, Hercules, 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 Hercules.
Jesus. There we go. You do have to have enough range of motion that not only you can get the shaft on, but you can protect yourself from your column coming up and punching through your chest. This is something that American automakers and foreign automakers started doing back in, I believe, the 60s, was collapsible steering columns. I know the 63 Impala didn't have one that we worked on not too long ago. So 64 Impala, sorry, 64 Impala. The couple of things that he didn't touch on, that is the 7.5 inches of adjustability that you have in the shaft. Therefore, cutting 1 inch off of here does not give it enough to keep the column from coming up and punching you in the chest should you get in a frontal collision. Now, the other thing he talks about is he hammered this collar down and he called it a vibration damper. It's not a vibration damper. There is a seal in the column on the rubber boot, and that is this guy. Now, he eliminated this, and it's going to cause wind noise if you take this out. It is not super easy to get on. It is easy to get out of the rubber boot, though. The other thing is, that's a set screw. You don't have to hammer this down. You're tearing stuff up. All you gotta do is look at it. It's a set screw. Nothing to it. So, one thing, and you do want to lock it back down when you're ready. But the other thing is, putting this bearing, this seal, it's really tight. It has white, like Teflon-y stuff in the middle, and then the black plastic outer ring, and that's what seals it. The trick to getting this on, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna fight it. Take a pick, get it on there, get it started, and just take that pick and push that little plastic ring out, and it'll slide right on. Now you're not gonna get wind noise and a bunch of heat, because this is designed to work together. You don't have to hit it. It has a set screw. Anyways, all right, so we've measured it for our application. We put it in, and it's basically the exact length it needs to be when it's fully compressed. I made a quick call to Borgeson just to verify my experience, and that is that you need to be in the middle of the stroke. You can see the milled out groove in the solid double D shaft here. There's a set screw right here. You can pull this boot off, take that set screw out, and this whole part of the shaft will come out. But you don't have to do that. All you gotta do is pull it all the way out, measure from the set screw to the end here. This is about 7.5 inches. So we took 3 3/4 and marked it right here, which is conveniently really close to right where the tape is. The part number. Your mileage may vary. So we're going to the saw.
Greg, let's go to the map.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Knock the junk out of it. We're gonna take the sharp edges off. Now you're gonna tell me, Cody, you gotta be able to get the joint back in there. You're right, you sure do. So we're gonna come over, clamp it up in the vise. Okay, so we've got the joint that goes on the chassis side of the steering column, or sorry, the steering column, the wheel end. The thing we gotta realize is that you want your joints to be phased properly, which they're gonna be if you don't fiddle it up. And we gotta drill that hole in order to get it here. So we're just gonna take this, I'm gonna take this sticker off. Because we don't care what part number it is, we already got it right. All right. I'm gonna slip this guy down so that it's flush on the end in here. Take this set screw, lock it down, and it leaves a perfect mark exactly where you need to drill. All right, so we'll take our center punch. Just a little marky mark.
Yeah.
Let me grab our other piece. All right, at this point, ladies and germs, we are ready for paint. All right, guys, now that we've got a little paint on our steering shaft, it's time to put it in. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down this way, and we're gonna go through here. Try not to scratch it all up because it's freshly painted. I'm gonna grab the other end of it.
That's what she said.
All right, so we got our shaft reconfigured, and it's going. Best way to do it is kind of bring it in down past the steering box and power steering pump, and then feed it back up. It is collapsed right now. Trevor's hooking up the other end. That part's pretty straightforward. It only goes in one direction. Okay, so now that our set screws are loose, we're just gonna take this guy, slide this right up in here, and block all the light with our arm. And then this rubber boot goes right back over the top. Okie dokie.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Orange. Also, the dude in the video called it an L wrench. It's an Allen wrench. Alrighty, there you go, kids. We do a fair number of Broncos. We are the Texas dealer for Desolate. So if you want to see more about this Bronco, check it out. Put a link in the description. If you want to see more about this 60 series, there's videos on it. If you want to see more about Big Earl and his 4-wheel drive conversion, oh yeah, it's going on 37s. Well, I think that about does it for this cheat code. Hopefully you learned something. And if you've got a better method, go ahead and jump in the comments. Feel free to tell me what I did wrong. I'm sure you're just dying. Go ahead, get your bleep bloop on.
You guys bleep bloop all that stuff down there in the comments box.
Thank you guys for watching very much. We appreciate you. Be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to check out the suspension build with the Desolate parts on the Bronco Camper, aka TJ Shack. We sure appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and we will see you on the next one.